It was about 3 years ago. I bought a VR headset so that I could play one game. Boneworks. Well, I guess I didn't really mean just one game, but it signified something to me. That VR was here. The new Wild West is upon us.
Wow, whoa. This is incredible. This is the coolest VR experience I've ever had.
Wait, Sam, if you hit it hard enough, does it get stuck?
My hype was just totally uncontainable. I learned all about Boneworks and how it was this Half-Life mod, but then the Half-Life crew told them to stop because they were making Half-Life Alyx. Super exciting stuff. I probably haven't been this hyped for a game since Halo 2, but it's also a really tall order. You're basically asking somebody to make the new Super Mario 64, a new way to move around and interact with things in 3 dimensions. So did they get it right? Well, So here's the real deal. Boneworks is incredible, mechanically. Even though there's a lot of frustrating elements, overall, I can't say that I didn't enjoy the experience because I played for over 100 hours. Personally, I found the level design very unintuitive. The story was confusing, and I mean, you could tell that it was patched together. And I can't blame them for something that was supposed to be a Half-Life mod. A lot of the DNA of Half-Life is still present in the final game. And you can tell from some of the props, the enemies. For the first several hours, I was just basically crawling around, trying to learn how to grab stuff and move stuff, and climbing. Oh my god. It sounds kind of counterintuitive to say this, but it didn't matter, because I'm still running around, jumping, climbing, throwing bricks. So there's something to be said about the control scheme, yeah. But after you get good at the controls, you're still left with the levels. Some of this level design is ridiculous. You expect me to get all the way up there? The real issue that I have, I think, is that the developers have a developer difficulty problem. And by that, I just mean that they've played their own game so much that they're really good at it, and they think that it'll take you 20 minutes to finish a level that takes 4 hours.
Side note, there have since been updates that add save points as well as changing several areas and key items around the map. This is a step in the right direction. Stress level 0 is a small, very dedicated team of people, and Brandon is cute.
So we have the people who aren't having the experience that we want them to have, right?
He's flipping the bird. He's giving the finger. And I'm not making this up.
Well, like 12 to 15% of people seem like it was dramatically holding back their experience because they're like, they just can't play for long sessions. And the game was playing a lot more, it plays a lot longer than we thought it was originally, so save points were like few and far between. So we put the time into engineering a save point system, we found something we think works really well.
You beat the game, what's next? Well, there's a ton of unlockables. There's also a dedicated mod community. And look at this, they even got multiplayer working.
Give me the crowbar. Give me the crowbar. I need to get it individual.
I didn't know all of us can experience it now.
We are so close to VR Garry's mod. Give me VR Garry's mod. Except maybe without all the weird RP servers and screaming children. And as long as I'm doing a review, of course, I have to mention the soundtrack kicks so much ass!
We've seen people trying to do the body, and we've seen people trying to do like melee, like Gorn. We've seen people trying to do guns. We've seen people trying to do like climbing, like all these different things, and it's been done well. And we've seen like all these ideas are kind of conglomerating into one thing where people are like, oh, this is what'll be good VR. But nobody's really put it all together at once yet, and then put it with like a level of fidelity. And so we wanted to get it all working at the same time. And it turns out there's a reason why people don't do that. It's because it took us 2 years now. But
yeah. So what did we learn here today, huh? Well, the game's not perfect. You can't argue that. It's got its flaws, but it's also a pioneer. I have a huge amount of respect for it, and I'm excited for the sequels. In the meantime, though, I kind of ran out of stuff to do in the game. But I've got something that I'm still doing with vanilla. I do plan on eventually playing some mods and fun stuff, so you know what to do if you want to see that. No, I'm not going to tell you what it is. You can figure it out. You're a smart kid. So in the meantime, in my weird vanilla boomer state, I came up with this. I wanted to call it the Ford 500, but I'm only allowed to spawn 5 at a time, so this is the Ford 5. So tune in for the Ford 5, and you can catch me online! I don't even